sad and that aspirin. My mama said that's the first she'd ever seen, and they gave me maxed up a little piece of that aspirin and gave me, and put they called them sear claws, with Big Sad and camphor. I'd have to go into detail about that camphor and stuff. Anyway, it was old-timey remedies they had, and made what they called a sear cloth and wrapped it around the child's chest, and they put that on me, and that's what saved me. And my mama got up, she was so sick with the flu because she was just nearly dead herself. They built up a big old fire, and she got up and took me and nursed me, and I began to get my color. She said I had done turned blue just about to die. And them two old men helped save me.
How about that?
Yeah. And one time in their growing up, Bertie said they had, I can't remember that. I don't know whether that was back before I was born, but some of this is I can remember them telling me. They had the pure smallpox.
Ooh.
Yes, and Bertie said they just had to wear just like a sheet, just a hole cut in a sheet, and just drape the sheet over their body. They couldn't let it touch them. But they liked to die with that one time. The three oldest had that, Bishop and Bertie's and Fletcher.
Tell about, didn't you say you remembered going to a funeral and crossing the creek when you...
Yeah, that's all.
Tell all about that.
I can remember about my, see, I was the baby and I can't remember my grandparents.
Y'all had to ford the creek on the wagon?
Yeah, we had to ford the creek on the wagon. It was either my grandma or grandpa won waters. I don't know which one it was. But
you went to Harrican Church, right? That's over near going to Hartford, right?
That's close to Hartford. Yeah, and we
they made the caskets and everything.
Yeah, they made the caskets.
Made them themselves.
My daddy made them out of wood.
Your daddy made them.
My pure daddy and a bunch of the men.
He nailed them up now.
And Bertie's and my mama and the women would line them.
My word.
I can tell you all.
That is something.
Tell about that if you can.
We all forgot about all this before now. I could have told, there ain't no telling what I could have told y'all.
Tell what you can
But
remember.
you always don't do it till it's about too late. I didn't know my mama and daddy. But anyway, I remember, that's all I can remember was Ford the Creek. They lived over there where Uncle Bishop and them lived. Somehow or other.
Well, I know we went over to the old Waters place on that other dirt road.
Yeah,
after
right there's where he raised, the Waterses was raised there, see, my mama's people.
That old big house?
Yeah, that old big house over there. Not too, well, let's see, it was about, I guess it's 3 or 4 miles from Hartford, because it was 6 miles from where I was raised to Hartford. And that was about halfway, I guess.
Well,
and,
what?
Let's see, and I can't remember my grandma and grandpa Bolin. Yes, I can. That's the only one I can remember alive, was Grandma Bolin.
You might want to tell about Aunt Molly, too.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about her.
She was the one, isn't she the one you got the kaleidoscope from?
The kaleidoscope.
And Pam wants that.
Pam wants that, yeah.
But tell about her.
Grandmother Martha Bolin Booth.
Yeah.
Martha Booth Bolin was, she would stay with us for weeks after her grandpa died. She'd stay around with her children. And I remember she'd have on, I don't know how many petticoats. And she'd go up under them petticoats, and there'd be a pocket up under there in one of them petticoats. And there's where she kept her change, her money. And she'd go up under there about the second or third petticoat and get me some money. Sometimes a nickel or a dime.
And back then that was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. But you could take a nickel and get you some candy, and I don't know.
What was the children's main activities at night and eating?
Main activities?
Tell about eating and what y'all did after you came in from the evening and going to bed.
My mama always, I think the best eating was when we come in at dinner time. Oh, we'd be so hungry, and so tired and so hungry, and my mama would have that.
Sometimes hot, I bet.
Oh, and hot. Like Carl itself, and my mama would have that long table full of food, and we'd all sit down around that table, and you talk about good. But all that food was so good. Grandma Bolin was a good old cook.
Good old home-time cooking, huh?
And she was. She sure was. And we all had to behave when we sit down at that table.
You didn't have any cutting up at the
We didn't
table, huh?
have chairs. We had benches. The long old benches.
Yeah.
And we just better not start laughing and cutting up at the table. Oh, we had to leave that table if we did. And sometimes me and Betsy get so tickled till we look like die we would if we couldn't laugh.
Did you ever bust out and get in trouble?
Yeah. We'd have to leave the table a lot of times. Because, you know, we knew we couldn't laugh and cut up. We went there to eat, not to cut up.
What about that guy you said he was going to get a chicken to make a sick man some soup?
Yeah, he used to tell an old joke about my daddy tell that and laugh. I guess it's true that there was an old man and he sort of retired old man, you know, and said he'd come and say, have you got any hick in the hell to make a hick man some food? Have you got any hick in the hell to make a hick man some soup? It was, have you got any chicken sale to make a sick man some soup?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And your daddy would probably give him a chicken.
Now I want you to.
He'd pull out $5 and $10 to any old straggler that'd come along, or if he didn't have nothing but a piece of meat and a piece of bread.
He was good to show
She
hospitality.
said that they had company all the time.
All the time, just about it.
Well, tell about getting your whippings when you had to get a whipping.
The only bad whipping I think my daddy ever gave me was he kept telling me when we come in out of the fields at dinner, the main time was picking cotton. Because he wouldn't keep me out much to hoe and chop cotton and peanuts and all that, but I would have to pick my share of the cotton.
And that was hot, too.
School was out, and it was hot, too, for me. But anyway, let's see, what was I telling?
You was going to tell about getting a whipping, yeah.
He just kept every day we'd come out at dinner, and I never have left to wear nothing on my head. I don't left to wear a hat. I'm not like Karen. I don't left to wear a hat now. Never have. But anyway, he told me one day, he always called me little girl. He says, little girl, he says, the very next time I catch you in this sun that's baking your brain, and you ain't got that hat on, you know, and of course, I'd be tired as the dickens, but I'd play, you know, because I was, you know, still just a job. And so one day he come in and he caught me out without that hat. And he pulled a Peachtree switch, and I got him with me. That's the only time I can ever remember my daddy whipping me real bad. And my mama, you know, she quit, but she